Yo, 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 what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Speaking Hacks, the podcast where we cut the BS and give you the real tactics to speak English like you were born doing it. I'm your host, Jake Matthew, and if this is your first time here, go back and listen to episode 1 first. Trust me, it sets the whole foundation. But if you're back for more, let's get into it. Okay, real talk. I want you to think about the last time you tried to speak English. Maybe you were talking to a colleague. Maybe you were in a meeting. Maybe you were just ordering coffee. And right in the middle of the conversation, your brain just froze. You knew what you wanted to say. You had the idea, but the words? Gone. And you just stood there, smiling awkwardly, hoping the ground would swallow you whole. You know why that happened? It's not because you don't know enough English. It's because your brain was doing two jobs at the same time. It was thinking in your native language and trying to translate it into English simultaneously. That's like trying to drive a car while also building the road. Of course you're going to crash. So, today, episode 2, we're tackling one of the biggest silent killers of English fluency, the translation habit. And I'm going to give you the exact hack to break it. It's called the Think in English method. And the hook today is this: stop translating in your head. Here is how to start thinking in English in 24 hours. Let's go. First, let me break down why translation kills your speaking. When you think in your native language first, your brain goes through a 4-step process. Step 1, form the idea in your native language. Step 2, find the equivalent words in English. Step 3, check if the grammar is correct. Step 4, then speak. 4 steps, and all of that happens in real time while the other person is staring at you waiting for an answer. No wonder you freeze. No wonder you stutter. The system is broken from the start. Here's what fluent speakers do instead. They skip steps 1 and 2 entirely. They think in English directly. The idea and the English words come at the same time. One step. That's the difference between a fluent speaker and someone who's been studying for 5 years but still can't hold a conversation. It's not vocabulary, it's not grammar, it's the wiring. So, how do you rewire your brain? Hack number 1, object labeling. This is the simplest, most underrated technique in language learning, and almost nobody talks about it. Here's how it works. From this moment forward, whenever you look at an object, any object, you say its English name in your head. You wake up in the morning, pillow, blanket, alarm. You walk to the bathroom, mirror, toothbrush, sink. You go to the kitchen, fridge, coffee, mug. That's it. That's the whole technique. Now I know what you're thinking. Jake, that's too simple. That can't actually work. And I hear you. But here's what's happening under the surface. Every time you label an object directly in English without going through your native language first, you're training your brain to create a direct connection between reality and English, not reality to your native language to English, just reality to English. Direct, clean, fast. Do this for 1 day, just 1 day, and you will feel a shift, I promise you. Hack number 2 is the internal monologue method. This is where things get fun. I want you to become the narrator of your own life in English all day. Everything you do, you narrate it like you're the main character of a movie. You're making breakfast. I'm cracking 2 eggs into the pan. The butter is melting. Smells amazing. You're stuck in traffic. This traffic is insane. I should have left earlier. Why does this always happen on Mondays? You're at the gym. Okay, last set. Come on, push through it. The point isn't to be perfect. The point isn't to use fancy vocabulary. The point is to keep your brain operating in English mode for as long as possible throughout the day. Because here's the thing, fluency isn't built in English class. It's built in the spaces between. It's built in the shower, in the commute, in the 5 minutes you're waiting for your food to heat up. Those moments add up to hours. Those hours add up to fluency. Hack number 3, the emotion anchor technique. This one is powerful, and most people sleep on it. When you're learning a new English word or phrase, don't just memorize it. Attach an emotion or a personal memory to it. For example, the word frustrated. Don't just learn the definition. Think of a specific moment when you were genuinely frustrated. Maybe a project that went wrong. Maybe a conversation that didn't go the way you planned. And feel that emotion while saying the word. Frustrated. Passionate. Why does this work? Because your brain doesn't store languages in the logical part, it stores them in the emotional part. That's why you can still remember song lyrics from 10 years ago but forget vocabulary you studied last week. Emotion is the glue that makes language stick. When you anchor English words to real feelings and real memories, those words become yours. They stop feeling like a foreign language and start feeling like your thoughts. Encouraging. Hack number 4 is the 30-second English burst. Here's a quick daily drill that will accelerate everything. Set a timer for 30 seconds. Pick any topic. Could be what you did yesterday. Could be your opinion on a movie. Could be literally anything. And speak in English for 30 seconds straight, without stopping, without translating, without correcting yourself. Just flow. When the timer goes off, reset and go again. 3 rounds. That's less than 2 minutes out of your day. But over weeks and months, the compound effect is insane. All right, let's bring it home. Today we covered why translation is destroying your fluency and 4 hacks to start thinking in English directly. Object labeling, name everything around you in English. The internal monologue, narrate your life like you're the main character of a movie. The emotion anchor, attach feelings to vocabulary so it actually sticks. And the 30-second English burst, a quick daily drill to build your flow. Here's what I want you to remember. The goal is not to speak English. The goal is to think in English. Because when you think in English, speaking becomes the easy part. It becomes automatic. It becomes natural. It becomes you. And that's when everything changes. All right, and now it's challenge time. Here is your Speaking Hacks challenge for this week. For the next 24 hours, I want you to label every single object you see in English. Out loud if you can, in your head if you have to. Bathroom, kitchen, office, commute, everywhere. And then come back and tell me, did you feel the shift? Drop a comment, send me a message, hit me up on socials. I want to hear your experience because your progress is what this podcast is all about. I'm Jake Matthew, this is Speaking Hacks, and we're just getting started. Subscribe so you don't miss episode 3. Share this with someone who keeps saying, I know English, but I can't speak it, because this episode was literally made for them. And remember, stop translating, start thinking. Catch you in the next one. Peace.